With the Americans still pushing very hard with combined attacks of modern tanks, air force and vast infantry waves in Denmark, trying to push us back towards Kiel and secure the Danish Straits, because they're very much aware of the threat that we're posing towards their whole Baltic operation. We have started capturing some of the broken down tanks that have made it across the bridges, and are upgrading their engines and getting them ready for operations within our future modern tank divisions. In the meantime, in the south, we have secured, we are still working to secure the southern flank of Berlin. Right now, our engineers are busy laying an emergency railway line, the Brandenburg-Thüringen line. And once that's completed, we are going to be having supply in Dresden, and then we will launch the offensive. For now, we're just holding on. We're just holding here, and let the Allied divisions here starve. But hopefully, they continue pouring divisions into this cauldron, and we'll see. I mean, the Germans are pushing further out as well. They're free to do so, but I'll hold the line here, and we'll see if we can attack this position from multiple directions and finish off the Germans. I'm actually not sure which of these two states here is the one. Is the one that has these divisions in it. We have resistance in occupied territories. Why am I? Is this new? Oh yeah, we are still holding. We're still holding Polish territory here, but I don't want to give that to Germany. I'll hold on to that. I'll keep that if you don't mind. They are not so happy. What's their resistance targets? No, that's fine. And I think that's all right. We are losing a little bit of war support due to the losses, so we have to remind our population of the heroic efforts that our people are doing. And we have 3 more mountain divisions in the north that we can assign to the 3rd Army, which has been relatively quiet recently. So we are going to get the mountain divisions on their own front line, and we will try to chip away at their strength in the north here. So we'll set them here, 4 divisions, and your task is to effectively just cut through, chip away at some of their strength, and start opening up the front lines for offensive operations into Norway. I'm not sure if there are any supply hubs, but we do have Trondheim, which has a decent amount of, which is having a decent amount of range. We could also attempt to push south here, because their next supply hub is in Bergen. So if we can take this position in Östlandet, then that might also be an interesting push. That could allow us to potentially cut off some positions in the front line. But we don't really have a great amount of firepower in the north or strength, because most of our troops are concentrated elsewhere. So we can reinforce them with some of the more junior divisions here. In fact, these are 3rd Army troops. That one isn't, but this one is a 3rd Army division. So these are 2 3rd Army divisions. I might actually just change these into mountain divisions as well, and that should give me sufficient amounts of, yeah, we've got the material, sufficient amounts of specialized divisions to start operations in northern Norway. And I can start actually pulling these off. No, not this one. This one and this one. We'll move you for now to your own separate front line in the north here. 2 divisions, and you can start planning an assault at that supply line here. Okay, that should be good. Everybody else here is slowly starting to entrench near Denmark, and the American losses continue to mount, whereas our losses are marginal, which also assists with our divisions becoming more and more proficient in what they're doing. So How's our progress? Okay, I think not much going to happen until the railway works are completed. So let's have a quick look at, oh my gosh, the amount of convoys. Although these are probably not, I mean, are the Irish? Oh, the Irish are in the Allies, and they still have a bit of manpower left. So our submarines continue their successful operations in the Atlantic. Ouch. That hurts. They continue the successful operations all across the Atlantic, sinking enemy shipping wherever we can. And yeah, we'll just have to wait until the railway lines are completed. I'll be right back when that's the case. Interesting development. The Hui Republic wants to move troops through our territory. I don't mind, because I don't think they are going to survive for too long, so maybe they can save some of their troops, although I don't see how they're going to get them there. Because I think China is going to make relatively short work of the Hui Republic, unfortunately, especially with Allied support, but we'll allow it, and yeah, we will just have to wait for the railways to be completed, and then oh, we actually have supply. Yes, we're starting to get supply from Dresden. Dresden is still lacking on the railway. Okay, so the railway isn't complete yet, but supply is starting to trickle in, which means we can launch the operation, actually. Which means I want all those divisions to start assaulting, including those, to start assaulting this position. Okay, let's see how that's going to look like. So we've got 11 divisions facing off against 11 French divisions. And I think our divisions are relatively have a good amount of firepower. Unfortunately, the French have the Air Force on their side. But we'll see if we can... okay, they are starting to retreat. And I think we may be able to... Okay, they're not all French divisions, obviously. In fact, only one is a French division. The other ones are an assortment of other divisions. But we'll see if we can manage to... break through there, although it looks like that is BA negative. So while we have pushed some of the divisions out, their entrenched firepower was too great that we haven't quite managed to get them through, and that has cost us a fair amount of manpower. So we're probably not going to be doing that all too often. I may have to change things up and relocate the Marines back to Denmark and get the armored divisions down and try this attack with the tank divisions, because I want to break this, but I think the infantry is not going to cut it. They have too much firepower, and in fact, yeah, let me do that. I'm going to get the Marine divisions onto the front line onto their own front line here, and I'm going to give them the offensive line to try and breach here. And once they arrive, I can start pulling probably these two armored divisions, and I'm going to need a bit more infantry. So let's bring what we have. We've got 2 assault divisions here. Assault infantry divisions. They can join the line here, and then we can move the armored divisions off the lines. Okay, we'll change these into anti-tank divisions, but yeah, I'm gonna have to shuffle that around because okay, can everybody please take the railway that I literally just constructed, because otherwise you are gonna be there forever in your attempts to get there. And then we'll try that again. That's the 1st Army Division as well. I might as well actually just assign that here. So let's get that one north as well. And then we are going to slowly start pulling divisions off. I am thinking of moving these into 1st Army, but no, they can hold here. And once we have the divisions in the north, then They are on the move. Then we'll give this another go, but this time around with the tank divisions. So we'll just have to shuffle things around until then. And how's my situation looking here? I have the divisions in place. I just don't know what I'm facing. So we'll give them a bit of time to recover their. Unfortunately, their supply status isn't great, but they should have enough supply coming out of Trondheim. It's getting a little full here, so we may have to. Trondheim is getting a little close, so let's upgrade the railways from Trondheim. Unfortunately, yet another railway operation. Let's get that done, and then we can also slowly start probing attacks in the north. Germany, you don't want to do that. And while I was busy reorganizing things, some unfortunate French divisions have landed near Turku. Let's see how many of them there were. And that would be a single division. Okay, well, you can deal with that. And we've also had some Turkish divisions landing here. That's probably a single one as well. So let's make sure that that's going. And no, it's actually 3 divisions. So we give some support from the port guards, but we can deal with that without too much trouble. And the French division is already destroyed. Yeah, the French are not going to get their war support back. So I'm currently in the process of reorganizing the front lines a bit. I've got a fair amount of anti-tank divisions positioned now in the north here, and I've pulled off all the tank divisions into the Cauldron south of Berlin. And the next attempt is going to be to use the tanks once they have. And I think this should be all the actual tank divisions I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, these are all the actual tank divisions that I have. So the next attempt is going to be to use the tanks together with some infantry support to try and break through this Belgian entrenchment here, encircle these divisions, and clear out the south of Berlin. And that I'll get back to you once we are ready for the assault. And some American troops have actually landed in Novgorod. Hasn't happened in a while. Let's wipe these out. And I think we are ready to begin. The assault with the First Army's tank divisions. The Denmark front looks stable. We are using a staff office plan to speed up the whole process a little bit. So let's get everyone involved, and I think that should be everyone. Why are we having supply issues? What happened in Dresden? Why is Dresden not connected? It should be connected. Did we lose supply somewhere? Okay, we'll wait until Dresden is reconnected, and everybody has supply again, because I don't want to attack without supply. So let's wait until Dresden is until the Dresden hub is reconnected. It should have a supply connection because we have the railway constructed here. So not sure. We'll see. It should resolve itself momentarily. And it looks like the Denmark front has actually quieted down. No, never mind. The Denmark front has not quieted down. I've actually pulled the marine divisions off the front line for now, so they can recover for a potential assault into a potential counterattack into Denmark. But yeah, they are sending. What are we? Oh, it's the Germans that are struggling here. They are sending in some divisions. I've got some assault divisions here, but they're not actually particularly good against the tanks. But I do have the anti-tank divisions here that can pick up the slack when necessary. So, has the Dresden situation been resolved? Yes, it has. Okay, in that case, we will once again begin the all-out attack from the First Army against the entrenched Belgian position here. And we'll see how that goes. So that should be another 11 divisions from our side. And yeah, look at the attack values that we're bringing here with these tank divisions. And some divisions can actually do a fair amount of damage, but not all of them. And this is also hard attack, not soft attack. So it should not actually be too much of what they can actually do. But yeah, these medium tanks they've got 94 armor, which is not bad for the division, but the enemy is not without merit. But you see how quickly the infantry divisions are losing power. I'm going to send the other infantry division in here. We have some reserves still, but I think it's going to get close because they are relatively well entrenched. So we'll pick up the attack again once. I might have a division here that I can send in. No, you stay there. The next thing, the Germans leave that position. We can start. Well, once we're running a bit low, we can start sending more divisions in here. But I think now we've got them. Okay, so the tanks have done the job. I'm gonna leave them here actually. Don't want to concentrate too many divisions there because we are a little low on supply. I'm gonna leave the tank divisions here and just get the infantry in to make sure that we're holding that, and that assault division can go in as well. Okay, so let's take this position and circle these divisions here, and then we are going to deal with all the entrenched enemy at that stage. Now the Allies have a large amount of divisions here in the area, so we do need to be somewhat careful, but that will significantly shorten the front lines once we've made this happen. And I just want to make sure that we're holding. Yes, okay. So we're holding the position, which means the tank divisions can instantly begin the cleanup operation. And these divisions now have nowhere left to go. So tanks should be somewhat recovered. They are unable to pierce the tanks, and these are my old medium tank divisions. So they actually have a fair amount of firepower with the self-propelled artillery. So all they need to do is wipe these out, and then we'll have that French general will have lost a fair bit of prestige and troops in these positions. Okay, just make sure that these stay where they are, and everybody else is moving in. I think we've already defeated the eastern part of this cauldron. We'll see how much. We will see how that last attack is gonna pan out, because that's how many divisions do we have there? Well, there are 9 here, plus 2 railway guns, but there's another 11 divisions that are coming in, and we're already starting to wipe them out. So let's assist from the other side and widen our front line a little bit. Give the rest of our divisions something to do, and they're already weakening, so the rest of them might be overrun. We'll see. We'll see what the casualties are going to be like once we're done capitulating. Well, if they surrender, they will be prisoners of war. If they don't, well, you know what happens. But that gives us that's a good shortening of the front line. That secures the southern flank of Berlin, and that frees up my tanks for further operations. We'll see where. Okay, we're starting to have some idea of the disposition of this line here. So that's done, and that was about 90,000. About 90,000 Allied troops that have gone down in that cauldron all at once. So that worked out reasonably well, and I am very tempted to try another counter-attack in Denmark with the Marines, just to see if I can get across there, but I doubt it. We'll leave them for now. But we can Now that we've done this, we can relocate the tanks to a new position, and I think, I mean, this is too much of a chunk to pick off. So maybe we'll try to take on this here. So we can probably where are my supply lines here? This is all going to hang on Berlin's supply, unfortunately. So we might have to take Erfurt first, and then push north from Erfurt. That might be something we can try. I think we've got enough German troops at this point that we can. And I don't know if we captured these French railway guns. It doesn't seem to be the case, but we might be. We'll push towards Erfurt, take the supply hub, and then attempt a push north. Unfortunately, this isn't the greatest territory for tanks, because this territory here east of Hanover is all foresty and hilly. So we may have to see. Alternatively, we'll ignore Erfurt. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. These two should be relatively easy to take. The problem is this one. So there are 8 French infantry divisions at full strength sitting here. So we might need the Marines from the north. So I think what I'll do is, because instead of trying suicidally to attack across Denmark, this is a weaker position, however. But that's a large chunk of... I mean, we can try. So let's position the Marines here. 4 Marine divisions. Your task is to try and get here. And we get the 1st Army's Armored Division. Which is... which are those. And I want all of you, please, to align at a front line here. 5 armored divisions, and your task is going to be to take this territory. So we'll see if we can make this happen and encircle them here with a 2-pronged attack. Everybody else, I can get these 2 assault divisions probably joining. I don't think I need them here. The Germans can hold this territory by now by themselves. So let's add these 2. And we no longer actually need to protect things here. I might just leave 1 division in Berlin just in case something goes horribly wrong. But I think in general we're in a relatively good position here. And here we are holding back relatively easily against the enemy, and we should be capturing a fair amount of actually not tanks, mostly artillery by the looks of it. So that's what we'll work with in the next episode, and I can delete this front line here. There we go. And we'll also, how are you on... Okay, you're actually done planning. I will also attempt to push... Maybe that's the last thing we do today. So we'll see if we can encircle whatever that is here and weaken their front lines. So we'll attack here. And that is a fair amount of divisions. Unfortunately, we don't have an awful lot of a front line here. So this could take a little bit, trying to dig these out from the mountains, but these are mountaineer divisions. They are relatively powerful. What is my mountain template looking like? Mountaineer divisions. Yeah, they should be capable of doing this. So let's see. Let's see if they can push them out, and then we'll leave 1 behind, push, and get the rest to push here, and then encircle. Encircle and destroy. Let's see if we can extend our lines here a little bit, and just destroy some of the enemy troops. But I think my mountaineers are struggling. Obviously, the mountains do favor the defenders. Do they have air force in Norway? They do, but not an awful lot. So how about we'll stop the attack, and we'll bring our air force in. So stop that first. And we will bring our air force over to Norway. Do we have an air base from which we can operate? insufficiently so. We can't cover southern Norway. Southern Norway air zone is a bit larger than that, so we do need the airbase here, which means okay, more preparation is needed. So let's increase the size of the airbase in Sweden and give us operational possibilities to support the attack from the air next time. I unfortunately don't have any ground attack aircraft at this point, but we'll see if our fighters can make themselves useful. And let's get the railway guns repaired as well. Yep, that's probably a decent idea. And yep, let's do that. Lastly, our submarines continue to be successful in sinking enemy shipping all across the Atlantic without taking massive losses in return. So far I am very, very pleased with our naval operations, and we have more submarines that we can distribute. And we've got one more submarine that needs to exercise up. But yeah, we're increasing the force of our submarines, and all in all, so far the losses, where are the French? Yeah, 3.9 million from the French side, and the Americans from ours, French and America should probably be the big one. Yeah, 7.6 million from our side on the Americans. So yeah, the lines are weakening. And if we can make this operation happen here, I think the Germans are a little bit short of things. Trucks, basically. Let's see if we can send the Germans some more equipment. What are you short of? What's your stockpile? So they've got flak. They've got AA. Lots of AA. They've got some AT guns, some armored cars that I've sent over to them. They've still got a good amount of artillery. I'm not sure what they're short of though. They've still got some rifles, so they can't really be short of rifles either. Yeah, they've got plenty of rifles. Not sure though. It's really more concerned about trains and trucks at this point. This is all mechanized. Yeah, they are short on trucks very much. And trains, where are the trains? They've still got 45 armored trains, so they're good on trains, but trucks they're short. So Germany, can we send you trucks? How many trucks do I actually have? I've got 3,900, so I have no problem with sending you 1,000 trucks. There you go. And that should improve things a little bit. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this episode. We secured the southern flank of Berlin, and next episode we will attempt a push towards. We'll begin the assault of the Western Front and try to liberate Hanover and Bremen, and wipe out these Allied divisions here. We are holding in the north here without too much trouble, and we can restart the operations in Denmark, but it looks like the Norwegian campaign is going to be a little harder. So we might have to give our mountain divisions 37 combat width is actually a bit much, to be honest. What's the mountains have? So no, that's actually perfect. 75. Okay. I am not sure that the mountain divisions need the extra AA though. I think I would rather. I'm going to trade that for artillery, and I'm going to trade the maintenance company for support AA. There we go. That's better. That should. Do we have? What's the best in recon in terms of? Oh, they can probably use the. They can probably use the flame tanks as well. Let's see. So that slows us down in mountains, but gives us additional attack bonuses. Armored recon slows us down in mountains. Motorized recon doesn't help us in mountains. And if I remove that, where is it? Cavalry recon gives us movement in mountains. But I think I take the flame tanks for more attack over the movement. So that'll significantly boost their soft attack here, and also their breakthrough, while reducing everything else. But that's okay. Unfortunately, that's a 39 width now, which is less than ideal. So I might have to remove one infantry division to get back to 37. There we go. Okay, so we've got the engineers, which give us nothing in the mountains by the looks of it, actually. Yeah, they don't. In which case, I mean, they're good everywhere else. I'll leave them there just in case. But let's do it like this, and see. We'll get these refitted, and then we'll see how things are going to look like. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time as we continue to liberate Germany. How much more Germany do we have to liberate? It's round about up to here-ish, I'd say. So that bit. Still a fair bit of Germany to liberate, but obviously Germany getting stronger as well every time we do something like this is helping us too. So yeah, let's go, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.